I was expecting our first child. I was going to deliver my son in August. So this was April. Radio story said that the armaments company Bofors has bribed Indians and others to take their biggest contract home. It was huge all over the weekend. And then I got a phone call from my friend Kumi Kapoor, who had phoned and said, "Hey Chitra, look at this." Because it said secret bank accounts, these monies had been paid into secret Swiss bank accounts. So while I did not have any access then to what was going on, I read a detailed piece on what is secret Swiss bank account, how does it work, how do people put money into it. That was how they started. Subsequently, I got a telex message from Mr. N. Ram. I was swinging for the Hindu then, and he said, "This is the story. Can you find out what's going on?" And then that story started rolling.
In the early 1980s, India needed to upgrade its military hardware. This included the requirement for a field gun. Negotiating committee shortlisted Swedish manufacturer AB Bofors and Francis Sofma for the best choice of howitzers. Bofors was selected in March of 1986.
But in the early 1980s, the Americans supplied counter-battery radars to Pakistan. Now this radar pinpointed the location of enemy artillery guns the minute they had fired their salvos. Hence the shoot and scoot capability became critical for Indian guns. This would help Indian guns change their positions in minutes after firing their salvos. In early 1981, 4 howitzers were shortlisted to participate in the Indian Army's field trials. They were 1 gun each from France, from Sweden, Britain and Canada. Now the trials conducted between 1980 and 82 saw 2 of these guns shortlisted. There was a French gun and there was a Swedish gun. And in 1986, Bofors AB was chosen for its FH-77 howitzer. Now this gun proved its merit in the Kargil War of 1999, but that wasn't really the point. It was a fine gun, but it didn't mean that it was a clean deal.
India's Prime Minister at that time was Rajiv Gandhi, and his Swedish counterpart was Olof Palme. Bofors, which received the 1.4 billion order for 410 howitzers, was the largest arms deal in Swedish history. The final stages of decision-making were unusually rushed. Barely 2 days passed from the recommendations of the Bhatnagar's committee in favor of Bofors and Prime Minister Rajiv Gandhi's signature okaying the deal. But then, 1 year later, on April 16, 1987, based on the testimony of a former Bofors employee turned whistleblower, the scandal broke when a series of reports was aired on Swedish radio.